What's up? What's up? What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
Hey, man, I can't complain. I cannot complain. Can you believe it's like the almost the end of June?
Man, look, we crazy, man. We almost halfway through the year.
Halfway through the year, Corinthian. You know something? Today we had our scholarship event for Access, and shout out to Access College Foundation and the work that you do. I love my organization, going on 10 years, man. And we do our end of the year scholarship luncheon. So we awarded over 700,000 in scholarships
Wow,
today, even through a pandemic, man.
wow.
We a nonprofit, so donors give, and we didn't have a lot of the big events that we normally have,
Yep,
to
yep,
raise money.
yeah. Your
But
event.
we
Oh,
yeah, but we still gave a lot in scholarship money, and we had our the culmination of the events were at Norfolk State today. Shout out to NSU, Behold the Green and Gold,
yeah.
for hosting us today,
Spartan pride.
yeah, Spartan Pride, and they held it down outside event. It was just a very nice event, and so shout out to all those who received the Access Scholarship. I know you're going to continue to do well. Shout out to everybody that's graduating.
Yeah,
Shout out to Indian River, my two of my girls on the basketball team. They graduated today, and shout out to Lake Taylor where I work, to all the graduates there.
yeah. No, that's awesome, man. Like graduation season. Like I love this time of the year.
Yeah.
Seeing people, accomplish a major goal. That's a goal that sometimes we take for granted. You know,
Yeah.
so that's awesome. Congratulations to all the class of 2021 and persevering through a pandemic
Right.
and having to learn in a whole new unique environment.
Yeah.
Shout out to, to everyone that saw it through.
Yeah, man. I mean, and you're a testament of that, man. You in that 2021 class, man.
This my what is it? I guess my third time graduating. So look, first one I say the first time you get to move that tassel,
Yeah.
from the right to the left. Is that it, or from the
Yeah.
left to the right? However you move it, the first time you do it, that's a great feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool, man, to finish something. It's always, it's fun to start something, but it's hard to finish. And that saying that motivational speakers or commencement or I forgot what the first convocation speakers say to you: look to the left, look to the right. One, you are not going to see somebody at the end of the road. And in some schools, they say it was easy to get in there, but it's hard to get out. It's
Real.
like the escape room.
Yeah, yeah. Nah,
Not everybody finishes. So, another shout out to Leah Chambers, childhood friend. Her daughter is graduated yesterday in Texas. So shout out to that family, and she's gonna be a monarch.
that's what's up. She about to join. She about to join the ranks. We know a lot of monarchs.
Yeah, man. Corinthian. Listen, man. So the Congress and the Senate, they passed something. Joe Biden signed it into law today. June 19th, Juneteenth, is going to be a federal holiday. What are your thoughts, your feelings about that historic move and in this political climate? And we got a federal holiday, but
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna start off by saying, I wore a shirt. This is from the Kansas African American Museum, or TCAM, out here. So shout out to them for the great work they do in trying to preserve the history. Excuse me. But so I have mixed feelings on this. All right. I will take the holiday. Um, you know, a national holiday is great. Usually that means time off for some folks and things like that. Uh, it can be a day to reflect and things like that. And that's all well and good. So I'm not going to um, I'm not going to be too harsh on that day. I'll take the day.
Okay.
But to me, stuff like that, making it a national holiday and stuff like that, that's a symbolic gesture. Okay. That's just nice symbolism. I don't need symbolism no more. I don't need no more. I don't need symbolism. Symbolism means nothing to me.
You don't need no patty cake
I don't
bakers, man.
I need tangibles.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the conversation that needs to be happening. So it was easy for him to sign the federal holiday. All right. Now sign a reparations check.
Yeah.
That's what
that's what you want.
and that's what I want. All of us that was celebrating the holiday, I want us to say, all right, that was great. Clap to give you 2 claps.
Yeah.
Now get up in there and sign. If you want to sign stuff, get in there and sign a reparations bill. Sign that George Floyd bill. And she talking about, don't give me, where's the policy? If you saying Juneteenth is so important,
right?
Where's the policy to back that up?
Yeah.
So now call me.
Correct. And for those who don't understand Juneteenth, there might be some in the viewing audience that don't. And by the way, you're listening to Kicking It with the Kellys. We're on, fashionably late, but hey, it's our show. We can do what we want. We're talking about Juneteenth and the historic bill that just passed into law. But Juneteenth is representation of my anniversary. Happy early anniversary to you. And, when we were getting married and we picked the date June 19th, we picked it. I think it was just fate that we picked it on that day, and what the meaning would be, for future generations. But Juneteenth is important for the Black community because it is when they first heard or got the word that they were free in Texas and parts of Texas and some other parts of the South.
So a little bit more historical context. The Emancipation Proclamation, if I'm not mistaken, was signed in 1863 by then President Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
Which effectively freed slaves.
Right.
Now, a lot of people don't realize is half the southern states seceded from the Union. So, I mean, there was a president of the Confederate States too, Jefferson Davis.
Yeah.
And if you from Virginia, there's still a Jefferson Davis Highway. There's still all that kind of stuff that's still there. All right. So basically, the point I'm trying to make is President Lincoln technically freed the slaves, but how he gonna free people that from a state that already succeeded that don't respect the Union anymore?
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. There was a whole war. Fought over that.
The Civil War.
Civil War is fought over that, and for people that say it wasn't fought about slavery, they don't know history, because that's what it was fought over. It was fought over slavery.
Yeah. So one side wanted, they obviously slaves were property. They didn't want the government to tell them that they could, because of the plant tobacco, all the stuff like that, the industrial.
Yeah, slave labor built America.
Yeah,
that you see today is built from slave labor.
Right.
period.
We got to get that, but I think we as Americans, especially this generation, millennials, generation Y, Z, whatever generation, you got to understand that, and I think the meaning of that,
all the way to LMNOP.
Yeah.
What generation? I don't care what history book you think you done read.
Yeah.
Slave labor built America.
Yeah.
America's wealth is built on the back of not paying generations of people for years, centuries.
Correct. And hence the term when you said the first thing you said was yes, that was cute and curtsy and all that. But let's sign a reparations bill. But why do we need to sign a reparations bill? Because Corinthian just told you, there were generations after generations of people not getting paid.
No. People don't. People make that. See, you got to say that in terms where people can understand.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
Arthur, imagine you going to your job for just 1 year and you showing up every day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and you don't get no paycheck for just 1 year.
Yeah.
No one would even sign up to do that for 1 month.
Right.
Not even 2 days. And I like my job. I wouldn't even go in there for 3 days straight without paying me.
Yeah. Coupled with getting beat, coupled with getting raped, coupled with harsh conditions.
You about to make me mad.
Secret. I'm trying not to you
look, we haven't been having the show, but you about to make me angry.
You back.
I'm about to get reared up right now. So Arthur, even 1 year, I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
And Arthur, if you tried to not pay somebody for 1 year, your job, your area would be shut down. They would be thrown in jail for illegal practices. It's OSHA violations. It's fair labor standard violations. The Department of Commerce, Department of Labor, they're going to crack down. People going to jail.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that's what would happen today. But if you go back in time, I mean, you not just a year, you talking about a whole generation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then their kids, and then their grandkids growing up under those conditions, and not getting paid for their labor. Okay. So what does that do? How that naturally advantages one group and disadvantages another.
Right.
If your family had slaves, were property owners, and could not have to be getting income off of the labor of the cash crops of cotton or tobacco, people farming the land, the sweat equity to build, cut down timber, all stuff that has cost today.
Right.
So imagine you not having to pay that. How much wealth you can accumulate.
Corinthian. Oh my goodness. See, we about to get in territories. we swimming up the stream. Corinthian, just the term or the idea that slave owners, slaves were property. You know what we do to our property now. We can do anything. Can't nobody tell us nothing. If we own something, you better not tell me nothing on how to treat my property, what I can do on my property. A lot of times, we used to live in the townhomes, right? So the property owners, they had to fix anything that happened in our house or something like that. When you own it, if something broke, you don't gotta fix it if you don't want to. Corinthian, if it's limping, you don't gotta fix it, but you still demanding that thing to work. I mean, it's like a toaster that you might put a Band-Aid on it, but they still gotta produce. Corinthian. That's what our white forefathers, how they treated us, man.
Yeah. And so I mean, historians, I don't wanna, misquote anything, but I encourage, our listeners to do their own research. So things like the three-fifths compromise, things like that, what that means historically, um, you know, it's it when you know where you came from, um, it can empower you. Like that whole thing, knowledge is power, is so
Right.
true. When you know what our ancestors had to go through, endure, and still succeed and still flourish in spite of, I take pride in that. So I think it's important to know that. But I also think it's equally as important. There are a lot of movements now that I'm hearing of people trying to bury, alter, for lack of better words, whitewash this harsh, ugly history.
Mm.
Instead of saying this is what happened,
Yeah.
like if you don't put the ugly scars and warts in front of me, why would I ever want to change anything? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I don't see the house that's leaking, that needs a lot of repair, if I paint it as if this is a freshly built home that no one has lived in, when the reality is that this home is 450 years in need of a lot of repairs from the foundation up.
Corinthian. Look, Deon, what's up, Deontay? Hey, thank you, bro. Hey, everybody. Deontay is back. He been on a long vacation. But he on his I think it's his season 4. Quote me if I'm wrong. I caught a little bit today, I believe. But yeah, check out if you can put your podcast up for everybody. So we could definitely shout you out. Hey, we want you on the show too, bro. He said, let me say this. So many of us don't know where we have come from because that simple knowledge was cut from under us. Yeah. Look at the census data from the 1800s. No names, Negro girl or Negro boy. Just simple understanding of who we were removed. They tried, Corinthian, they tried to erase us here. All the movies that you watch, like Agamemnon and Achilles and they always talk about my name is gonna live forever.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing back in the day. Like they wanted their legacy to live on for generations from generation. Our names were removed.
Arthur, listen, man. This is something that I've come to realize, and why I like history so much. Okay, you take pride in your history.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You take pride in knowing, well, my dad did this, my granddad did this, my great granddad did this, right? So there are certain cultures that can trace their line, their lineage back to. I met a guy in a nursing home that was telling me about the 1100s. His
Ooh,
family had a crest, all that kind of stuff, and he took pride in that in the 21st century.
wow.
So that's 1100s to 2000. All right, that's a lot of years. That's like over 900 years.
Right.
We have history that rich, but in certain books, like the brother was saying, that's been erased. Now it's hard to find deliberately. You see what I'm saying? Because if you take away a people's knowledge of their culture, their self, that is one way to destroy a people. All right. I mean, you have to do if if you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going.
Right. Right.
If you don't know where you came from,
right.
You have no sense of a way in which to do it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So all that stuff was intentional, but I want us to. We have an opportunity. I mean,
Yeah.
The sometimes I feel like, and I'm speaking for me. Sometimes I feel like we be waiting for somebody else to teach us,
Ooh.
and that's the worst thing to do. We teach us.
Corinthian, I love it. I love it. Hey, Deontay, we want to get you on the show, man. We got about probably about 5 more episodes before we wrap up our first season, man. We want to get you on, man. I'm gonna send you something, all right? We want to get you on.
So I got on a long tangent. So going back to Juneteenth.
Yeah, Corinthian. I think it was 901 days before the freed slaves in Texas received word that the Emancipation Proclamation came.
So again, the Emancipation was in 1863. Word did not get down to Galveston, Texas, that I've had a chance to visit. I want to say General Granger took Union soldiers and marched into Galveston, Texas, and let them know that they were free. Okay. In 1865. Okay. So that's 2 years later. All right. And it was a huge celebration because of that. But you got to realize where Galveston, Texas is. Galveston, Texas is right at the bottom of Texas, near the Gulf of Mexico. Like, it's just Galveston, and then there's the whole Gulf.
Yeah.
So, you got to think, you can't just get on a train, or you can't just get in a car and get down there. All right, them people was traveling on foot, on horseback, and stuff like that. So it took some time to get down there.
He could have got there quick. So Corinthian, man, he could have got there quick.
Got that word out.
Yeah, the word could have got out. But something, I'm thankful for the signing. It does show that things can happen, and because we know that things can happen, I do agree with you, man. A reparations bill could happen. I mean, it could happen just like that.
No, Arthur, no one else is getting my vote. Like, I'm serious about this now. You're the only politician I'm voting for is saying that. If none of them say that, well,
he is not. Yeah, I got you.
No, I'll just vote on the local election. On the national level, no.
Deontay said that ain't happening.
No. But see, Deontay, I would argue that it can, if we put the right pressure in the right places.
Ooh.
We have to be on code. We got to demand that.
Ooh.
Like, I'm not demanding no national holiday. I'm demanding the reparations check. And if no one else is saying that, then they will not get support from me. And if we were all on that same code, we would be viewing politics as quid pro quo. To get my vote, you will do
to do something. Because that's how everybody else functions.
If you don't do it, you're not getting my vote. I'll sit out. Look, try it your way, but you're not getting. And if we started voting as a block, I'm talking about, when I say a unified block, I'm talking you wouldn't get one.
Right. So I know we talked about this in a previous episode, but what's gonna get us on the same page, man? Is a politician that is pushing police reform gonna get us on the same page? What would change the scale as far as blacks saying, this is our candidate, this is the one we believe in, not because he came to our church, not because he showed up at the rally, and he talked a good game, but we know that they're putting into action what we really want. Now obviously we make up 13% of the US population. So we understand that we are a true minority, but the thing is, our vote will sway the election. Our vote will get somebody elected. So we have to use this power in a way that is going to bring results. So I'm in total agreement with you. But
Yeah.
the thing is, what's going to get us on the same page to sway, to lend our vote to somebody that's actually going to do something for us?
Well, I'll see. Arthur, what I'm espousing is nothing new. Okay. All right. So Marcus Garvey said the greatest threat, one of the greatest threats in our community is disorganization.
Right.
Okay. So when I say we need to have a code amongst ourselves with how we treat and interact with other Black people, okay, that's one. The code can be very, very simple. If I see another Black person, I want to know who they are, what they do, and what we can do together.
Yeah.
That's period. There's no confrontation. There's no fight. There's no nothing amongst anybody that look like me, under no circumstances. Because at the end of the day, people that look like me, 9 times out of 10 are not the enemy. I mean, it's bigger. We have much bigger fish to fry.
Right.
Arguing about, I heard she was talking about me behind my back.
Yeah.
That's not what's,
Yeah.
historically been disenfranchising us. When, I mean, it's redlining, institutional racism, discrimination, we have higher
wage gap. I mean, everything. Yeah.
Right? So can a person that come from the same zip code as me, can they be the causer of that problem? Like, what I'm saying is, what's causing that problem? We should be focusing our energy. We need all hands on deck to address that. Okay.
Yeah.
So that comes with making sure we on a certain code. The certain code for me, how I try to operate, if I can buy, sell, and trade with somebody that looks like me, I will. And I don't feel bad for saying that, because other cultures do it.
Right.
Don't nobody say nothing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So why can't we? That's not being discriminatory. That's not doing anything. That's being intentional. Okay. So I need that kind of intentionality. And I feel like if we can organize politically, organize our resources, organize our skills and expertise, it's things that we can do.
Yeah.
Together.
I mean, I think the model is something as simple. Well, it wasn't simple, but the Million Man March that happened, how that was organized, and how, I mean, Corinthian, that was huge.
Yeah.
Louis Farrakhan, when he had the first Million Man March, it was something that as a young man I was like, wow, this is amazing. But the organization on that, I mean, we need to model something in that regard now, but we just not having it.
Yeah. Well, but see, look, Arthur, you gave a good example. All right. There was some organization there where you rallied this mass people. Okay. My thing is, what's the agenda? When I got 1 million people together, what's the 3 things I want us to do?
Right.
Like, the action items have to happen.
Yeah.
I'll give you another structure that is organized, but they're organized around a like cause. The Nation of Islam, whether you like, dislike, whatever, they organize. I bet you they got a code of conduct.
Yeah.
You can't represent the Nation of Islam and do X, Y, and Z. You can't do whatever. Right. So what I'm saying is, even though I don't agree with them, their ideology, the organization, I can respect.
Yeah.
I can respect anybody that's organized.
I mean, even the civil rights movement was an organized campaign. I mean, the bus boycott was an organized campaign. What is going to get us all on the same page to where we do? The Black Panther Party was an organized campaign.
I'll say this with the bus boycott. That's one of the best examples
Right.
of what the unity that we have to have,
Right.
even even if it ain't in your backyard. Okay, with the bus boycott, Arthur, no one rode that bus
Yeah.
for almost a year.
Yeah.
So it won't. They were willing to sacrifice for a year. That means they had to carpool. They had to walk. Do you know how, Arthur? When you got to walk back and forth to work for 2 weeks after your shift, you get a little tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
But will that those people had, they were willing to not ride that bus for a year.
Yeah.
It was not a quick fix.
Right.
None of this stuff is a quick fix. You have to be committed in the long haul. So if you think you're gonna go out just for a rally one time and that's gonna fix everything, no. There's a level of commitment that we have to have, right?
So, Corinthian, so let me ask you this: what do you think about the Black Lives Matter movement? Um, is it a movement? Is it just a bunch of rallying? What is it to you, or do we all make it whatever we deem it to be to us?
Yeah. Me personally, I like Black Lives Matter, the slogan.
Okay.
The organization that it is, I don't agree with. I'm not a part of Black Lives Matter in that, because under that umbrella, it's a lot of other things that have become the focal issue. To me, when I'm saying I want tangibles, painting Black Lives Matter on the street is nice. That's cute. That's symbolic. All right. That's symbolism. Symbolism can come and go. You know, symbolism is whimsical. What's the tangible that under that banner that has, what policy has changed? So I saw a comment about Dr. Claude Anderson. I have some of the utmost respect for Dr. Claude Anderson, Powernomics, his economic plan, what he talks about a code of conduct. So what I'm saying is, none of the stuff that I'm saying has not been said before.
Right.
You had greats like Stokely Carmichael, in my opinion, what Malcolm X was saying, what Marcus Garvey was saying, all of it's in alignment. Okay, the blueprint has been there. I'll add some other people that we need to look up and research. Dr. John Henrik Clark, brilliant. I mean, we have scholars, we have blueprints of people, and Dr. Claude Anderson talks about under that code of conduct, then you have to have resources. The next level is resources. Then he talks about once you have the resources, then you can make political change. All right. If you realize anything about politics, okay, politicians listen to who is supporting them. That's reality. All right. And once you realize that, you'll say, okay, well, we want to back this person. And this is the message that I want you to say every time. And if you don't say it, we will remove our backing from you and we'll back somebody else. That's how we need to be thinking. Then he talks about how education plays in. And so their blueprints, their models there. But we have to be organized. We have to be on code. I'm not the author of the code or anything like that.
Right.
But there has to be one. There has to be a certain level. As soon as I see somebody, I'll give an example who was on code, who is a queen, a legend. People like Harriet Tubman.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll say why Harriet Tubman was on code. Harriet Tubman could have easily, she escaped to the North. She could have said, I don't care what anybody else do, I'm good. Harriet Tubman went back by foot and got more people.
Yeah.
So that's the level of code that it ain't just about you and your family being straight.
Yeah.
Great for you and your family, but it's still people in need. So the code has to be, until we all can be good, we got work to do.
Harriet Tubman's life is the counter argument to crabs in a barrel. She pulled people up instead of bringing them. Man, I mean, and her face needs to go on that money, Joe. So you need to make that happen quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Her face should go into money, but her story, like, that's a story that our kids, my nieces and nephews, need to understand and respect
Right.
to the utmost. You see what I'm saying? It's stuff like that.
Because if you understand her, then you understand when you make it out of Section 8, when you make it out of the other side of the railroad track, when you make it out of the impoverished school and TANF and WIC and all that, when you make it out of the ghetto,
absolutely,
you have to go back and teach somebody and help somebody else get out. That's the model, but that's what's missing. And you're right, Quentin. Her story needs to be broadcast to this generation, because I think there is a great divide in what they know about, Harriet Tubman and that struggle, and how it applies to the present day.
See, because we make that stuff seem so distant. It was far away. All right. That mentality, there were people that had that same mentality 10 years today.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But we need it to be a critical mass that's that mentality. And I will also say that Harriet Tubman has to resonate, because we have to teach that story. If you leave it to somebody else, no one else is going to teach you about your hero. Like, other people will define heroes for you. I define my own heroes.
Right.
People say, I didn't even really learn about Malcolm X.
Right. I didn't either. I just saw a picture. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on the.
That's it. That's all.
Right.
They pushed you, Martin, who was great, a legend. I respect what he did, but when I listen to what Malcolm's, that's what resonates with me.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone to define a hero for me.
Ooh, I love that, Quentin.
I define my own heroes.
I love that. Say that. I don't want anyone to define a hero for me.
My hero is.
Yeah, I love that.
I look up to who I want to look up to based off what they have done.
Yeah.
So, for example, and he just passed. He's a legend in some communities and things like this. So I'm gonna say something controversial. John Lewis, right? John Lewis. I appreciate what he did.
Granted, you don't see you about to get into hot water, man.
Look, okay. I respect for what he did and that. I'm not gonna pattern my life off of John Lewis. And I say that because if somebody hit me in the face with a club after I say I want to play with you, we fighting.
Ooh.
We would have still been on that bridge.
We would have been on the bridge, crazy.
To this day. Right?
Man, he was knocked unconscious.
No. We fighting, period. Fight is gonna happen. Period. All right. Because it's a universal law for me to defend myself. And what he was doing was honorable and noble. So fight gotta happen. And Arthur, think about this from a male, just any other kind of society standpoint. Just moving out of Black culture and Look, kid, I'm trying to be.
You try, Corinthian. Hey,
Need
you
to
got
stop.
on your shirt. They don't know. They
Need to
messing with.
Like,
You know how they used to say like China was the sleeping giant. Don't wake up.
you poking the bear. You poking.
Poking.
Don't do it. Okay. This is what I'll say. Show me any other culture, white culture, for example, that has a John Lewis like figure that they say is a hero. Because because he just
okay. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. John McCain. He was a POW. Trump said he's not a hero now. But Trump said he's not because he wouldn't have got caught.
No, don't do that. No. But the point I'm trying to make is there's no one, you can't go to any other culture where they tell you, let somebody hit you in the face and don't fight back.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can get respect sometimes. That's why in Native American culture, folks like Sitting Bull and Geronimo, they get that respect because they was the last people to give up their gun.
Yeah.
They was gonna go down swinging.
Yeah.
So I'm cut from.
You ready to go down a martyr?
I don't even want to use that martyr as well. The point I'm trying to make is if I know I'm operating in the right and in love and get attacked, it's a fight. Period. It gotta be.
Yeah.
Now I'm not advocating. I'm not saying I'm walking outside. Talking some who you know.
Maybe you need to change your shirt. Maybe.
Look, I ain't walking outside talking some King Kong ain't got. Look, I walk around. Look,
hey man, Pelican.
You see what I'm saying? I ain't doing all that.
Corinthians. All right. So Kia said, "Who do you feel defines heroes?" And I gotta say that we just did we did our personality traits, and it stemmed from superheroes growing up. And my good friend Gabe Hall, if you listen to it, he said, you know, when we're growing up, we're in the same age group. He said, I didn't have any superheroes that I could look up to. There was nobody that looked like me. So, you know, he had to, you know, find his own, you know, who, and just like what you just said, Corinthian, you determine who is a hero to you. So he had to make his own heroes. But who do you feel defines heroes? And like you say, is it you and by what you see, or are you saying that your hero is just a hero to you, or do you think others would deem them as a hero as well?
Well, other people, you know, other people's opinion on people I define as my hero is irrelevant.
Okay.
You know, my heroes to me, Malcolm X is a hero of mine. Muhammad Ali is a hero of mine. I'll go multicultural. John Brown is a hero of mine. You know, Harriet Tubman is a hero of mine. I define those people.
Yeah.
Because those people had the courage and conviction to stand in the face of overwhelming opposition, backlash for trying to do the right thing. So that's a hero to me. There are also heroes that I see every day. I know some teachers that have been heroes, instrumental. So what I'm saying is, I don't look at heroes no more. This ain't comic book.
Oh, there we go.
This ain't, you know, I'm not waiting for Superman to swoop in and save the day, because I know all that stuff is fiction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then even with heroes and mythology and stuff like that, if you look at it from a historical standpoint, you make those stories, those epics, larger than life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like those are ego boosts to talk about Hercules or talk about Superman. and then look at what color they are.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, Corinthian. So Kia said, you're saying you define your hero as if someone else is telling you who your hero should be. So I'm asking, do you feel that that's the case?
well, who does America deem as heroes? Would you I ask the question, do you think America has deemed some people as heroes? Because I would submit, if you look in the history book, it's some people they put in front of your face that they say get a hero's welcome and you
Right.
revere and respect and stuff like that. I mean, I have some people that U.S. history taught me who I should
Yeah.
think is a hero. I don't I don't respect them people.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. Now I like. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, we were talking about Juneteenth, and we have just gone on a tangent. Corinthian had to let some stuff off his chest. Don't play with him today. We got a federal holiday, but we need some action. We need some action behind that, and I believe there's so much more to be done. We talk about this often that Joe Biden was quick to sign the Asian hate Stop Asian Hate bill, but there are some other bills that I believe that Joe Biden can pass as well. And obviously, Juneteenth was one of them, but there's some more. There has to be some things that are going to tip the scale and start to level some things out. Um, we have too many black and brown people in jail for heinous crime, for crimes that they should not be in, and all because they weren't given proper representation. They couldn't afford a lawyer. And I'm so glad Deontay was on. Deontay is a lawyer out there. Shout out to Amber Ivy as well. They weren't able to get the representation that they needed. And then jury selections. I mean, a lot of this stuff has just been systematic, Corinthian. and people got to start understanding, and I'm saying this, white people, you got to stop trying to play ignorance, and you got to stop trying to act like you don't know what's going on. And I had a great conversation with a friend. I'll keep his name nameless today, but we just talked about some of the disparities. He's a white brother, and he was like, I see it. He has a lot of black friends, and he was like, I see it, man. I have learned so much, and I'm trying to do my part, to change that narrative. So you got to open up your eyes. I'm being serious. You got to stop being blind and act like you can't see what's going on.
But to that point, Arthur, I think that's beautiful because Arthur, the way we were raised, to respect everyone. I don't care what color you are.
Right.
And I still feel that way.
Right.
So I want to make that very, very clear. I would submit, what does one do once their eyes are opened?
Ooh.
That's what I want to submit. Black, white, red, yellow, brown. Once I've become aware of systems or things that I'm doing personally that could be harming someone else, I have a choice. I can either work to dismantle that system, or I can keep silent like I don't see nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, the only person that I can control, the only actions that I can control is Corinthian G. Kelly's actions.
Yeah.
So the only thing I'm telling you guys about is what I'm going to do. Okay. That's the only person I can control. So if I see a system that is disenfranchising stuff, I feel obligated to say something. I feel obligated to, if I have resources to bring to bear to stop it, to do that.
Yeah.
I feel obligated to teach someone, help someone.
Right.
All right. That's I feel obligated to do that.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I love it. I love it, Corinthian. And shout out again to Access and Honey. Before I said that, she said, "I'm a hero. I carried birthed these 2 children for 9 months, pushed them out, and fed them with the milk my body made. Yes, you are a hero.
You
I'm
are
gonna get you a shirt, kid. I'm gonna get you a
you
shirt.
are
You're
a hero. A kid.
a hero." Hey, but shout out to Access College Foundation because we had our event at Norfolk State at HBCU, historically Black college, and a very diverse scholarship pool, and a lot of them have never stepped foot on a HBCU, right? A historically Black college, even though it's in their backyard, right? It's a state school, right? But I talked to a lot of people today, and they were like, "Wow, I didn't even know Norfolk State looked like this. Oh wow, Norfolk State is beautiful." But it was just one of those things. These are steps in the right direction to me because a lot of those scholars wouldn't have stepped foot on Norfolk State campus, but they should have considered them for college. and the thing is, and the misconception is when we talk about historically Black college, and this is something that everybody needs to hear. HBCUs did not deny anybody from coming into the university. They were established because predominantly white schools or white schools did not let people of color on their campus. So historically Black colleges were started so Black folks could have a way to get education, higher education. So they have never not let anybody on the campus. So you can go to an HBCU if you're white, Asian, Hispanic, any nationality. You can go to an HBCU. It's a affordable choice for you, and you're going to get a degree. So don't overlook the HBCUs because you hear historically Black college. It's just a historically Black college because it was a school that only Black people could go to
Yes.
at the time.
Yes.
Man. Corinthian, man. We got a couple more shows before we wrap up our first season. And Corinthian, we got something in the works, man. We got some guests coming on I think that's gonna shake up some things.
Yeah,
we got some powerhouse guests coming on, man.
Yeah, man. You did a great job in booking A-list talent.
So yeah, we would definitely want y'all to stay tuned and rock with us. If we log on at 8:15, log on. If we log on at 8, log on. Hey, don't miss it. You don't want to miss it. We're gonna be talking about some important stuff, and I'm excited. Also, I do want. Well, we'll post it on some of the promotional things about things that are coming up. But Corinthian, man, I'm good, man, for the night, man. I feel like there are some things that me and you, I think in particular, want to do, and we're going to continue to do, and we're going to continue to kind of like let our light shine, because we not just talking about this thing, like we trying to be about what we talking about. Like we're not just saying that you got to give back and everything like that. This is what we're really about. We're about giving back, and that's what we want to be. This is how we are preserving the legacy of Harriet Tubman. We come from I mean so we trying to give back, and no, we're not the richest people, but it don't take all that. It's about the relationships, it's about the mentorship, it's about the knowledge, it's about you being comfortable to say, hey, I was there. I don't want you to make the same mistake. If I can help you in this way, I'm going to do it. It's about being a neighbor, man.
And it's about recognizing that everyone has a critical role to. There are some people that do have the resources to give monetarily, or some people don't. Some people have time to give. Some people have experience to give. Some people have treasure to give, or connections, or introduction, or a Facebook promo, or share this information out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's recognizing no one is exempt from sitting on the sideline.
Love that.
In our community. So it's being cognizant that there's a central role that you play. And if everybody plays their role, we will be moving forward. It might not be moving forward as fast as everyone would like it, but there will be progress made.
Quentin, are blacks in America, are we a dying breed, bro? Or are we
No, we not. See, Arthur, this is something that I'm coming to realize more and more. You don't need to do something great. You don't need a lot of people. I mean, you can look at it from a biblical standpoint, and all. You don't need many.
Grassroots,
right? Grassroots, but you need people that are committed, that are serious about it. And then what you're going to see is the people that are like-minded and committed, they're going to come together. It's going to add, it's going to bring it stronger. And then people that are not, that's not what they want to do, they're going to fall off.
Wow.
Which is fine. Arthur, I would rather have 10 committed people than 100 people that's playing.
Yeah.
Because I know with 10, think about what 12 people was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you don't never need. So I don't care about the size of stuff like that. I just need people that's serious. I mean,
I love it.
When you find people that are serious and that get it, there will be forward momentum. You will be moving forward. So I'm big on what is the progress that's being made. So knowing what happened in the past, okay, that happened. How can we use that to progress and move?
Progress too. Love it. I don't even think there's nothing else to be said. Corinth, I was supposed to be playing in the golf tournament today. I was supposed to be playing on the 3rd. It rained, so they had to do rain date for the 17th, but it fell on our scholarship luncheon, so I couldn't play. But thank you, honey. I think she put me in another one, so I'll be in another golf tournament. I'm gonna keep swinging, man.
Good, man. I'm actually going to my first. I'm going to the Wichita Open on Sunday.
Oh wow!
Yeah, man. So it's it's people that can be on the tour, on the PGA tour that'll.
What hole you gonna be staying in at, or do you get to go? Which one?
I'm gonna be on the 17th hole.
There we go.
My brother through his employer got some tickets, and they said it's a great time. So I'm gonna be out there.
Man, I'm gonna fly down there and go. I'm just gonna run on the course. You know how they be running on the basketball court.
Don't run it.
They gonna kick me out.
Don't run it. Look, you ain't running near me.
That reminded me of when I got kicked out the comedy club. That's another story for another day. I was with some folks. We got kicked out the comedy club. Correct, man. I appreciate you, man. We gonna keep going, man. Hey, if you just tuned in, thank you for kicking it with us tonight. We got some guests coming. I'm talking about some heavy hitters coming. Stay on the lookout for when we promote that. You definitely don't want to miss those nights. But Corinthian, I hope you have a great Juneteenth. I'm do so celebrating my anniversary again. Happy anniversary, honey, to you on Saturday. And we just gonna keep moving, man, and keep swinging.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. Have a good one, man.